Cameron said to Jared, I'm so tired of Mama Fee walking around with that effing Bible and acting like she's so holier than thou. Who says stuff like that?
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you.
Previously on Big Brother. Big Brother 25 postseason is in full effect, and the house guests are starting to speak out and share their feelings. In this video, we are going to take a look at and talk about Mama Fee and some Instagram lives she's been doing. One in particular with Mimi, where she talks about how people in the house have said things that have offended her. And Mama Fee says she plays the game, but she doesn't play with God. She also gives us a little insight into the jury roundtable that Dr. Will described as messy and so much more. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and let's have some post-season BB25 fun with the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen.
Bowie Jane, stop being an NPC, a non-participating character. Get in the game.
That's just a bit much.
It's a lot.
It's not so many lies and things.
So many lies.
I haven't cried since the Izzy thing.
So, of all of the final twos this season, what was your real final two? Because the people want to know. Who was your real final two with this season?
So I knew after Izzy that mine and Cerie's final two was never real, because I knew that I didn't feel like I could trust her all the way. I tried to stay with her, but I still knew that it was a final two where I would always have to be looking behind my back to see what she was doing. When I made that final two with you, that one was actually real. And that's why I was mad when Cameron put both of us up on the block. It's like, oh my God, no, he didn't. And I think because once you and me really got connected, then everybody just put two and two together and said because I never said we had a final two, but everybody assumed we had a final two. So then they figured they had to get rid of one of us.
And the crazy thing about that is that we really didn't get close until you and Izzy were, the week that you and Izzy were on the block is when we started.
There you go.
So
that's when our true connection came.
Everybody was like, oh, well, you and Mama Fee are a duo. Y'all have been close this whole game. And I'm like, I wasn't more or less close to Mama Fee than I was to anybody else. So the idea that we have been working in tandem or as a duo all season, I was just like, especially the week we were on the block, I was like, y'all, that's not true.
But
I mean, obviously,
you know who was putting that out there? Corey. Corey was making everybody believe that, you know, they're a duo and they're a final two and they've been together the whole game. At the end of the game, then everybody started saying I had a final two with Blue. I don't know where they got that from. Me and Blue never had a final two.
Okay. Basically, kitty kitty boots down is a feeling. It's a form of expression. So whenever you're walking down with the cutest, hottest new outfit, kitty kitty purr. Whenever you just became valedictorian for your school, kitty kitty purr. Whenever you do anything slay, then kitty kitty purr boots down. And that's exactly what it means. If you know, you know. And if you don't, I'm sorry. You're just not part of the game.
But everybody was talking about, that's why Matt and Jag and Bowie Jane said, oh, I don't know, we got to be worried because, you know, Felicia and Blue have a final two. Because when they wanted to vote Blue out, now, I didn't realize that Jag had told Cerie, Bowie Jane, and Matt that Blue really was his target. And I kept defending what he had told me. Oh, no, Blue is the pawn, and we're really going after America. And I was like, no, he wouldn't do that to Blue. Because they had been tight from the beginning of the game, and I thought, would he really do that to her? And then I said, you are going to tell her, right? And when I realized on the day of, he still never planned to say anything, was just going to blindside that girl, I said, no, I ain't going to let you do that. That's not right. Because she thinks she's staying here in this final five. She rocked with you from the beginning. You just going to throw her under the bus?
But zo rat o me for tuta at o eo na e hard to
and they were mad at me for that.
I knew that her and Corey had after she was put on the block next to Jared during the double.
Yeah,
I think that's when that relationship started, and you could just tell, like you could see the dynamic of the relationship start to change a little bit. she was partly surprised by going up on the block against Jared, because up until that point, all of the conversations, at least the ones that I heard, was that it was going to be Jared and Miss Cerie, and then Corey did Jared and Blue, and so I think she was a little disappointed by that. So that's where and obviously I'm not speaking for her, but that's where I think the relationship started to like change a little bit, and I think they just weren't able to like get back. They were definitely targeting each other for sure. So that was okay. So we didn't get to see any of we as in pre-jury didn't get to see any of the jury questions or any of the final two answers.
Okay. You did?
No, we didn't. I didn't see a jury question or a final two answer at all. We were backstage waiting to come on, so we didn't get to see any of that. But before coming to finale, we had heard from Dr. Will, Dr. Will, that got on Beyonce's internet and said that y'all had a very messy jury roundtable. But what we saw in the actual edit, it didn't seem that messy. So what happened at the jury roundtable that we missed? Because we heard it was messy, but it didn't really look that messy.
This jury was by far the most intelligent jury, because many years I host the jury roundtable, and they're just, they're like, in week 2, when you put, and it's like, guys, please, that was 3 months ago. No, we're not talking about that. Like, we're talking about the final 3 people. So there, if you look at the average IQ in the United States is about 100. And think about it. What that means is for everyone that who's 105, you also know someone who's 95, right? So on these juries, we see a smattering of IQs. And, on average, I think this jury had the highest IQ of any jury in the last 10 years. They just really, really had thought-provoking answers. They really were, emotionally connected. They had emotional quotient. They just really seemed to be assessing things from a really reasonable perspective.
Well, and I haven't gotten that far, so I don't know what they showed, but there was a lot of conversation, like shortly after I came in, just talking. I hugged everybody when I came in, but about, 5-10 minutes in, Cameron kept throwing digs at me and like looking at me like and finally I just said, you know what, Cameron? I said, stop it. I ain't gonna let you do that to me no more. I said, you have had a fixation on me almost from the beginning of the game. I said, I've never understood why. I said, I assumed that part of it has to do with Red, because you've always blamed me for Red going home. I said, and I'm not sure why. I said, because when I came to you and told you that Cerie and Izzy were the ones that came to me an hour and a half before that vote, and that's what caused that vote to flip, I said, you never believed that. And he said, because I know it was a lie. And I said, Cerie, tell him what happened. I said, you know darn well that's exactly what happened. He said, no, you came to me. I said, no, I didn't. I said, Cerie, tell him what happened. And he said, well, Jared told me the night before. I said, and I don't know what conversation you had with Jared the night before and what it is he told you. I said, all I know is the vote was supposed to be Jag. It flipped back to Red. I said, an hour and a half before the vote, I said, because Cerie and Izzy told me that Red said I was a liability and I might have to go. And that's what made me say, oh, well, if you're trying to get rid of me, I'm going to get rid of you first. And we said, okay, let's become the ones that flipped this vote. I said, and everybody else in the house actually wanted Red. I said, so we were going to actually have a split vote, and it was going to be, I think, a 5-4 vote, and it ended up being a unanimous vote. I said, so again, I'm still not sure why you got fixated on me and kept chasing me. I said, when you had all these other bigger targets in the house, now you guys are sitting there talking about why didn't we go after Jag again? Why didn't we go after Bowie Jane? And that's when somebody said to Cameron, you were HOH twice. You never put Bowie Jane on the block. Why not? You didn't go after Jag again. That when you told everybody in the house you was going after Jag and Blue, you put up Cerie and Felicia. So they're like, so all you guys are talking about, how did we let this happen? Even Cerie was telling everybody, why didn't you guys go after these guys? Why didn't you go? I think she sat there and told Cameron that she thought he got treated bad and was a bad target, unbeknownst. I'm paraphrasing. And everybody knew that the reason why Cameron became a target was that first week after he flipped on Riley, after he talked about how he loved her like a daughter, then everybody felt like they couldn't trust him. And so it was just a lot of messy stuff. Sari actually was saying there that she had never, she was so disappointed in me because I betrayed her and Jared, and she had never, talked about me, throwing me under the bus. And even Corey said, now, Sari, he said, now I got to admit, Felicia talked a lot. He said, but I know you aren't going to sit here and say you never lied on Felicia, never threw you under the bus. He said, because that wouldn't be truthful. And then she kind of got quiet. And so it was a lot of crazy stuff that was said. I'm hoping that I can go back and find the live feed on that jury lineup, mix up, whatever.
I don't think
great conversation.
On the jury roundtable. I don't think it is.
You don't think?
No, I think, well, they don't have live feeds in the house. The live feeds or they don't have live feeds in jury. They just have them in the house. So I don't think it's a live feed on the. But
we weren't actually in the jury house. We were on set.
Oh.
I never went to the jury house.
Oh.
So, and I didn't realize that Sari went to the jury house and she was the last one to go into the house. I never got to go to the jury house. When I left, I went back to the hotel. And I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? I don't get to go to the jury house. They said, no, because they're all coming out of the house tomorrow. You aren't going to the house. You're going straight back to the hotel. So I went to the hotel from the 96th day till day 100, and then met everybody back up in the the studio again. So that was a live something that they did. Where we did the haunted house, the nether region. That's where we did the live jury roundtable at.
Oh.
So I think you can go back and pull it.
Oh, no, I don't think it's no live feeds, but that's not y'all was getting. Listen, the jury roundtable sounds very messy.
No, it was. He asked some right questions. There was a lot of back and forth. People were saying whether they thought Jag should win, and I think people's decisions changed from those conversations to finale night, because a lot of people were saying that we're talking more like Matt might be the one to pick. If Bowie Jane landed in the final two chairs. I actually really believed that Bowie Jane might land in one of them final two chairs. But Jag won. He threw that HOH veto. I don't remember which one at the end. And I have to say I am, a part of me is pleased that he did bring Matt to the end, because at least he stayed loyal to their final two. If nothing else, I think that's the one thing he did right. I was irritated, though, when I look back and I look at some feeds and stuff, and, me and Jag talked a lot on faith and spirituality, and faith is a mustard seed. And, behind the scenes, I'm seeing where he's saying, bump all of that and all that faith of a mustard seed shit that she's talking. And I'm so tired of hearing about that, and bump her religion. See, and that's why I say, I can get with people when they keep stuff that's game stuff, but when you really start being mean spirited and it goes to more of a personal level, that's where I step back a little and say, so when you was sitting there pretending like you was praying, I don't know, you just say, oh, what just happened? Okay.
Mama Feet, now you take it to the max every time I tell you that.
I'm crossing that line again, saying what just happened. But here's what I'll also say. I've had all of them come up and apologize for stuff that was said, stuff that was done, because them live feeds showed me a lot of conversations where it's like, oh my God. I mean, Cameron said to Jared, I'm so tired of Mama Fee walking around with that effing Bible and acting like she's so holier than thou. Who says stuff like that?
It's inappropriate.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's like, I played the game, but I don't play God.
Hello.
So
now
I just said something.
Yeah.
So when I look at the live feeds and I hear negative comments like that, it makes me say, oh, okay, let me step back from some of that crazy.
No, I don't understand Bowie Jane because she's 50.
Matt's a liar, Jag's a liar, and I ain't never paid no attention to damn Bowie Jane.
Gotcha now. Took a while, we worked you out. Liar, good at it. Look back now and boy, you're full of shame. You let your fall. We smashed it up while you were numb. Shame, we made you cry. Now you know the real
you guys so much for watching the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen and Felicia as she spills tea on the jury roundtable and things that were said to her in the house that she's now finding out by Cameron, Jag, and others. We have more BB25 post-season news, tea, and all of the above coming up. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back very soon with another video. Leave your comments. Let me know what you thought of this little Felicia spill. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye, guys.
If you like what you see, come and get it with